Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 19 of MCEternal, where today I've moved all by myself. I figured you guys didn't want to watch a whole episode of me moving all my stuff and basically rebuilding much of what I had done before. So what I did is I moved all by myself. All by myself I moved, and it was good times. So let's just pop over to our old base real quick. There's probably a few things that I didn't finish grabbing, but we can take a peek, right? I didn't move my tombstone yet. I should. I really probably should. I don't know. I'm assuming that when I move that, I'm not going to get the soul with it. So that's something we're going to want to do, right? But you can see my old base kind of wrecked, right? My cow's still here. Hello, cow. But everything else moved. I'll move my cow later. Ha. So, yeah, I feel like... Whee! Get all this stuff. What I did do is make sure I had my satchel, and I basically put everything in the A system and moved it. That was pretty much it. Very simple approach to moving. Perfect, right? And I'm probably gonna like set up a tree farm and a couple other things. I want to get the rats working again. I want to talk to you guys about rats too, by the way, because I did a thing to make the rats do what I want. Let's see, can I vein mine this? I'm pretty sure I can. Vein mine away! Hooray! Hooray! This guy, I mean, I could probably take these saplings with me, right? That wouldn't be terrible. I don't need this feral flare lantern to stay over here, right? So, I mean, Dyer starts the episode by saying I moved without recording it, and then he starts recording portions of his move. I get it, but still, the point is, I did pretty much move everything. So let me give you a tour of the new base. Are you guys excited about that? Because I'm excited to show you. Let's see, Slime Sling, you're with me. Yoinks! So here's Dyer's Pyramid Base 1.0. It looks pretty good, I think. I could actually move these guys inside too. I don't need them out here no more. You're with me, and you're with me, and you're with me. There you go. I knew I didn't hear them bloop into my inventory, and I think my inventory was pretty full, so that's a thing. Now downstairs, what do I got? So this is my basement. It looks pretty reminiscent of my old basement, right? Like we've got the wall over here with all the things and stuff, right? Now, did I have a wood drawer here? I don't know that I did. So let's get... you. And then what I'm going to do is get my key out so that I can unhook you. There you go. And that becomes no longer a drawer that actually has saplings in it. Now the galls and the silkworm eggs, that was another one. Let's see, did I already have one of those? I did already have a silkworm egg, dude. So we can get rid of it. Well, actually, I'll just leave that there, right? Sweet. Now the galls, I also had those already too. Perfect, right? That looks good. So it's a little bit of a mishmash, because like when I broke all the drawers and replaced them, they kind of scattered in my inventory. So like, you know, what was some semblance of organization before is no longer any semblance of organization. But that said, it's still, I mean, it works, right? I mean, it's an A system, right? Like, it's going to be doing its thing. So over here, I have my ME drive. Underneath the ground here, I'm running cabling. You can see it right through there. That goes over to the controller right here. So that looks good. We'll have to look at channels and stuff in the future when we get to expanding AE beyond that. I reset up my oil system, right? So you're doing that, and you're doing refined fuel, and you're filling up my compressed dynamos, and everybody's doing a good job. So that's cool, and then I've got an elevator here right under the center of the room, and this actually plays out nicely because it's a very straight shot for me over to where I've got this setup, which looks pretty awesome too. And hey, look, there's a sandstorm outside. By the way, I did test this between episodes. I made a rain shield because they're super easy to make. Rain shields do work on the particles, for the sandstorm. So if you guys are playing and you're in the desert and you don't like the particles for the desert, feel free to do that, right? Make a rain shield and then you'll be cool. Okay, so this can all go away. We've got some other junk, some other things. I made some extra feral flare lanterns because they're relatively cheap to make. Everything pretty much migrated, right? And now we have a lot of space within our base with which to automate all kinds of things, right? It's very cool. Here's my second floor, and then here's my top floor. All right, so one thing I'm going to do is probably get... I probably want to use iron for this, but let me get a stack of these so that we can get some sandstone of these. Probably at least a few. And then I'd also like the quite clear glass that I made previously. Network advancements. Yay! Can I do that? Oh, you don't want to do that. Wah, wah, wah. You don't want to do that? Painted with white. Yeah. Glass. Just maybe regular old glass. Will you do it? You seem pretty groovy. Alright. So can I... What I want to do... I've been just cleaning a little bit. Trying to keep clean. But I should be able to do that, right? And then reconnect this dude, and that would be cool. Okay, nice. And I should be able to do this. Oh man, that looks so bad. I would love it if I could quite clear glass you, but I don't seem to be able to, unfortunately. Wah, wah, wah. What if we used like gray glass or something like from Chisel? Does that sound like it might work? Make one of these. Just for giggles, I'm going to try it, and if it works, cool. Like, gray bordered glass looks pretty similar to quite clear glass, so maybe that'll work. Right? Oh, you don't want to be done either? Rip! Why don't you want to do that? Rip, rip, rip. Alright, so I just want to try this. Thickened Glass. The Thickened Glass from Extra Utilities. Right? What if we just tried this? Where's my exchanger? Look at me, like, really trying to make my base look nice, though, right? So let's not be on fuzzy mode. And let's put you on horizontal column again. That looks pretty much just as good, right? Now, does that mean I can also... I want to see how you connect. You've got, like... You don't do connected textures, unfortunately. Which kind of stinks. Kind of stinks. I was really hoping connected textures would work there. What about something like that? I mean, it's not ideal. It's not, like, the perfect setup. But, I mean, it looks... okay. Very Tetris-y. But I don't think any of the glasses are going to connected texture up. So I think doing something like that would be cool. And then we could have, like... Eventually, we might have another terminal there, and that would flesh out really nicely. All right, I'm going to call that good enough. That works. Okay, now another thing I'd like to do right around now, I feel it would be a good idea to get a charged porter. How does that sound? Does that sound like a nice idea? I like that plan, right? Now, I don't think I can make the advanced version, right? I mean, I could. I could. Is it necessary to make the advanced version at this point? I mean, how am I on redstone without this? I mean, diamonds, seem like it. Not worth it. Not super feeling worth it to me. So let's pop this dude down here, and I should probably get a wireless doohickey to power him. Because traveling around and being able to teleport back to your base is, I mean, slash home's a thing, obviously, but having one of these ready to go is going to be good. I should really have multiples, because I'd like to be able to teleport to multiple locations, right? And there's a few ways we can accomplish that teleportation, but the charged porter is probably the easiest way to go. Waystones is also a thing, right, for getting around the world. But making a waystone, 800 coins, or a warp stone from waystones, needs an emerald and some of those things. I mean, that's not terrible. It's totally doable, right? I might set up a waystone. I don't know. There's a few things, right? We'll see. We'll see. Part of me definitely wants to have a few wireless transmitters around, though, right? So let's get another receiver here. What I'd like to have, if I may, is another matter receiver. and a wireless dude, because I'd like to be able to get to, and I think I should upgrade this guy if I'm going to do what I'm planning here. Right, so you're going to be charge porter 1, so that should be, boom, I'm working. Nice. And then I can shift right click you. What I want to do is pop over to the nether, and have a way to get to the nether, because I didn't bring my portal over, and I don't want another portal in my base, or near my base, to be honest with you. So having another portal, or having the way to get to the nether without, you know, anything else would probably be cool. The other thing I need to look into doing is making my way to the deep dark, right? Is that where, or is it the beneath? It's the beneath in this pack, right? Because I would like the mechanism. What's it called? The ore? The ore from mechanism? Yeah, there it is. Osmium ore. A strong mineral that can be found nearly any height in the world. Is no mechanism. Osmium. I'm pretty sure osmium, something somewhere had told us that it's only found in the deep dark, right? Maybe it's the quest book. Let's look at advanced science, right? Because what did we break into here? We did the meteorite thing. I never used the compass because it just ran around town. I should, though. I should make it so that the quests all fill out. Because I probably have a lot of applied energistics quests I could be doing right now that I'm not, because I didn't actually craft that stupid compass that I don't need. Nuclear craft ores can only be found in the beneath. They are quite plentiful. And mechanism, osmium can only be found, can only be mined from the beneath. Okay, good. So that's one thing we're going to want to do. So I want to get set up with a couple dimensional connections so we can get to and from dimensions easily. Now the beneath, is that the one that has the grue? I feel like it might be. Ooh, another redstone ore. I do need some redstone, thank you very much. So what I'm going to do is pop you here, and you will be called the Nether. Cool. So we can go here, teleport home. Perfect. And I'd like you to be called home base. So do I have to rebind you? Nope, you know that. Okay, cool. So I can set this, and this is how we get to and from the nether. Cool. I like that plan. Okay. So what should we work on today? There's a few other things we could get going. So one, I'd like to go to the beneath so we can get into mechanism. I think mechanism is going to be my main mod for stuff. Oh, that's right. I'll never remember that zombie pigmen are hostile until probably I'm done with this pack. But mechanism is probably going to be my main source of tech, right? So like all the things that I'm going to do are going to be mechanism based, ideally. That's my plan, at least, right? So we've got the thermal machine set up and running, but I know you guys like are already seen some comments like, Dyer, this is the same thing you did last time, which is why I moved my base to a new location and a new design, because I thought that would be fun for you guys to see. Also, I want to do mechanism, which wasn't available in FTB Revelations, so that's going to be my main tech focus. The other thing I want to do is more electroblob stuff, but in order to get into more electroblob stuff, I totally need to upgrade my wand, which I have completely failed to find one of those apprentice books yet. So that's why I have the mob plan for killing them. I also want to get Ender Eye going because I want the Dark Armor, because Dark Armor is the best, right? Ender Eye would be cool to have that for. So those are the three major goals that I have set out for myself at this point in time. Which one should we accomplish right now? Let's do Electroblobs. Hey, leave bed, please. Can you let me out of my bed? That would be great. Hopefully /home gets me out of this predicament that I'm in. Teleporting. Alright, it did not. I'm just in my bed nowhere. All fixed. I guess you could kill the client, but I did /kick me, and it worked. So that kicked me off the world and sent me back to the login screen, so I don't have to wait for the pack to reload. Alright, so yeah, I think I want to do the Electroblobs thing. So in order to do that, we're going to need a dark room, probably with Cursed Earth, that we will use to spawn mobs, and we will kill said mobs, and we will collect the mob essence from Industrial 4 going, and then we'll get the mob spawner going, right? So we're going to want a mob grinder. Not that. Oh, no, that is a nice mob grinder. It's nice to see mob grinding utilities in the pack. I haven't seen that in the pack for a while. But no, what we want is a mob slaughterhouse. Is that right? Mob slaughter factory? Is this the one I want? Liquid meat. Nope, that's not the right one. Which one do we want? We want the mob crusher. That's right. Not the slaughter factory. The crusher and the duplicator. And that's the main two things that we want. We've already got a mob imprisonment tool with the right mob in it that we want to spawn. So that's basically all we need. We're probably going to need a few fluid ducts, right? That should be easy. We'll probably want a few tanks. You know, we'll figure that out as we go along. Probably thermal tanks? I mean, mechanism tanks is probably also a thing. But again, I don't have access to anything mechanism yet. But that will be the long-term goal, is to get mechanism going. So at some point we will, right? We're also going to want a crate and a couple other things, but we'll deal with all that shortly, because the main thing we need to do now is get the wither... You know what? Wither skeleton key, wither bone. I wonder if... Isn't there a wither spawner, like, right outside my base? I'm just saying. So this, now that I know things better about this pack, I can tell you what this is over here. The structure with the wither spawner in it. This is from Electro Blobs. There's probably a chest underneath it. But you have to break the spawner to get to the chest, which is kind of a bummer. I guess monster spawners are full blocks, not transparent, so you have to break it. Or I could just break the chest. That's an option. Cool. What'd I get? I got some Scroll of Heal. Nice. Spark Bomb. Magic crystals in the chest. So they're like little Electro Blob style things. Now, why... There you are. Thank you, sir. Spooky skeleton. Spooky, scary skeleton. So what I'm going to do is farm wither skeletons, because I have a wither skeleton spawner right next to my base. That's handy. They generally have pretty much any kind of mob spawner on them. So basically I'm just going to sit here and get the Cursed Earth stuff that I need, and we'll be back in a minute. Also, every time I log out and log back into the world, for whatever reason, Electro Blobs is not remembering my progress. But once I get something that triggers Electro Blobbiness, it decides to remember me and who I am and say, oh yeah, you're Direwolf. You've learned all these things already. Good job. All right, so I will come back in a minute once I've gotten the thing from extra utilities, right? The Drop of Evil. Now, I could buy it for 500 gold, but they drop 10% chance affected by looting. Shouldn't take too long to get one. No sense in wasting monies on that. Back in a few. Oh, and I just thought of another good reason to make the teleporter, in case anybody was like, why are you making a teleporter when you can slash home? Slash home has a 5-minute cooldown, and it takes 5 seconds to run, right? And you can't move during it. So if you're like in a precarious situation in the nether or somewhere dangerous, and you need to get home now, you can use the charge porter, and it teleports you home immediately rather than waiting 5 seconds. So, yeah, it was a worthwhile craft. I'm about to call shenanigans on this 10% chance drop thing affected by looting, because I killed like 20 of these dudes and I ain't gotten one yet. They aren't just normal wither skeletons, because they're dropping all the normal wither skeleton loots. So, ooh, witherbone from ice and fire. What do you do? Witherbone shards. Ooh, that's cool. That's neat. Look at all these things it can do. Nice. Ignites and knocks back targets. Okay, cool. Anyway, I should check out that Ice and Fire mod too at some point. And you know, once I'm like well equipped and can handle a dragon fight, you know, a dragon that does, you know, one-shots me as it stands right now and has 1,000 health. Once I have something that can actually handle that, and by the way, speaking of things that can handle that, Draconic Evolution is not in the pack, so that's not going to be the solution. I'm going to have to figure out another way to take on a fight like that and hopefully survive. Look, I've literally been here all day. It's getting to be nighttime. I guess I should sleep so that, you know, I don't have creepers sneaking up on me while I'm trying to kill wither skeletons. Oh, look, one of those portals opened up right there, too. Oh, those portals are cool, by the way. Have I talked about how cool those portals are? Dudes that drag you into another dimension. How great is that? I am literally like 3 or 4 kills away from just buying it in the shop. Alright, I officially give up. I am going to buy this out of the shop unless this guy drops me one. He did not, so it is shop time for me. Whee! Actually, I should just do his teleport home using my new teleporty thingy. Hooray! Teleporter thingy. Alright, we're just buying one, because that's what we're doing. So let's set up an area that's going to be a Cursed Earth area for us. Look at all this stuff we got while fighting, and not a single drop to be had. Actually, I probably want that wireless doohickey. We'll see. I don't know how much RF these things use, but if they're less than 80, they could be powered by this. And I think they are. Where should we set up this thing that we're going to be making? Maybe over in this maybe in a hill over here or something. Like, it doesn't have to be a building I build. It could just be like right into the hill, right? Wouldn't that be cool? Like, over here is a mob farm, right inside this mountain. A sort of mountainy-ish base, right? If we dug this out correctly, that would be pretty neat, I think. And we could use this clay to kind of flatten the terrain a little bit and make that cool. I like this plan. So if I wanted to do a mob duplicator, let's get that ready, because, well, because we want two parts to this room, right? One's going to be the Cursed Earth farm, and the other's going to be the mob duplicator, right? Now, are they going to be the same room? Typically, for me, they are. Typically, I do the same room, doing the Cursed Earth mobs in one spot, and with the mob duplicator in the center of the Cursed Earth room. But I'm thinking, do I want to keep doing that pattern, or should we come up with something a little different, a little bit cooler, right? Wow, I don't have a lot of this red terracotta, do I? No, I do not. Oh well, we'll figure it out. I'll decide what I actually want this room to be made of. Brown terracotta might not be terrible. Alright guys, so luckily this is not a bad craft for us, right? Mob duplicator, and then we would need the mob crusher. So that we're probably going to need the gold gears and the sword for, right? Yeah, that looks about right. Do. Easy peasy. Sweet. Mob crusher, mob duplicator. The reason I'm making these immediately is because I want to make sure that the room I build is of sufficient size and not too big for the crusher and duplicator. Now, does the crusher accept range upgrades now or no? That's absolutely a question that we're going to want to ask, right? But if I popped you here and we show the working area, oh, okay, mob duplicator does accept range upgrades now. And how about you, crusher? Show working area. You should be always active. Okay, you also do that. Okay, cool. So I'm guessing what we want to do, and it's getting dark. Boy, does it get dark in this pack. Boy, does it get really dark in this pack. I can only sleep at night. Well, I mean, it's pretty night, isn't it? Oh, it's not night at all! Not even a little bit night. It's the middle of the day. There's just a solar eclipse going on. Love the eclipses, though. Ain't they the coolest? I mean, I really think it's cool, the solar eclipse stuff. Also, I didn't notice... Oh, look, there's one of those things spawning. Oh, those portals are so cool. They're just so cool looking. I wish I had artistic skills. I don't have the skills to do something that cool looking. Alright, where was I? Making things. That's right, we want a range upgrade, right? So let's start with a range upgrade of, I don't know, 4 or 5? From 4 going? So does like a 5 range upgrade? That's copper, right? I think that's totally doable. And if we need something else, we'll get it. And what I might do is just, I'll probably do this occasionally until I get a staff of traveling, but I'll probably wind up breaking through the walls every now and then in my base, just so I can get to the locations I'm trying to build in easier. So if I toss a 5 range upgrade in there, is that too big? It's a little big. I should probably be going 4, right? But this guy can have a 5. I think it's probably good to have a larger area of effect. So let's try a 4 on this and see how that goes. And could I have mathed this out and done it properly? I mean, yes. But also, it's not the most expensive thing in the world, right? And we'll use the other one somewhere else, right? So that should be cool. So a 4 might be good. A 4 might even be... Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. So you can be the 4, right? And you hide your working area. Man, you know what? You could even be even smaller, couldn't you? I guess 4 is a 4x4 area. Is that what we're talking about here? Is that my stomach growling? I feel like it is. Okay, so now at least I know what we're talking about when we say range upgrade of 4, right? So that's a 4x4 area. So what I could do then is And does the mob duplicator need to be that large of an area? I don't even know. I feel like maybe giving it a larger area means that it'll have less problem spawning the mobs. Yeah, I definitely think that's me being hungry right now. That weird grumbly noise. Not the skittering noise that we're hearing, but the. Pretty sure that's what that is. All right, so yeah, I like the range upgrade of 4 on you, and then I'll do 5 in the wall here. So let's turn you off and see what the mob crusher looks like with a 5 in it, right? Because having a slightly larger area of effect for killing is probably for the best, but you're going to want to be on the floor because of baby zombies, and that should be cool. Yeah, I like this for a mob spawning room. What do you guys think? Does that look cool? Now, what we'll want to do is get an exchanger going on here, and we're going to want some dirt, so that'll be in you, right? I should probably put this terracotta stuff in here, and that would be easier. But let's get out some dirt. And you should be in surface mode and fuzzy mode. That looks pretty cool. All right, now your range of killing technically comes out to here. So what I should have is you also be in horizontal column mode. Bump that up. And that'll be our cursed earth area. And then we'll have glass here, like dark glass. Maybe even the walkthrough stuff. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I like this. I like this plan that we've got going on here. I don't know what that skittering sound is, and I don't love it, if I'm being honest. But meh. All right. Let me get this going a little bit nicer, and then we'll be back in a minute. All right, so what I'm going to do is pop this dude down here. Now, this guy uses 80R for tick max, and this guy uses 40R for tick max. So that should be fine. That should feed both of these dudes just great. You're going to be responsible for collecting 2 things, right? Number 1, you're going to get item drops, and number 2, you're going to get fluid drops. So are we in a position to do fluid conduits here, or not really? I don't know. And somebody confirm for me, and by somebody I mean me, show working area. This thing only works above, or does it work above and below? See, it works above and below. So anything we do down here, we want to make sure mobs aren't spawning underneath this thing. Not that it would be the end of the world if they did, it would just be inefficient, right? So what I'm going to do is turn off the working area and just make sure any piping that we run is just going to be down here, right? So now let's pop back to our base and get a few things that we're going to need, right, to set this up properly. What we're going to want is we got fluid ducts, right? We could do with some servos. This basic servo might be good. I might need more, right? And then let's get item conduits. Because we're going to actually need 2 things here, right? A, we need to collect and store the resources dropped by regular mobs. So like zombies and skeletons and all the normal mobs that are going to spawn on Cursed Earth, right, are going to drop, and we're going to need to collect those. But then also, we need to collect the drops that evil, bad mages drop, right? And they're probably going to be things that don't stack and don't go in drawers, like spell books, right? Every spell book is different. So we should be aware of that and be prepared for that. So we should handle that pretty well. So let's get our tank here. I probably want another servo, right? You can go away. So we've got a tank. We'll pump liquid into there. Can I upgrade you? No, that's right. I need to do the kits for that, don't I? Can I just like real quick get an Invar kit? That would be cool if I have the Invar. I don't really have the bronze or the Invar, so I don't feel like it. That's how lazy I'm being right now. It's just a larger buffer of liquid, right? It's not going to make any difference in the long run if it's a big tank or a small one. It's just a larger buffer, right? So what you're going to do effectively is chill here, and we're going to have a fluid duct here with a servo, empty whitelist, always on. And then you're going to be fluid ducts. Oh, you're in there. That's why. was like, why won't that block place? With a servo, that's going to be ignored. And then, like I said, try and keep this area as filled in as possible so that the mages don't spawn down here. We want them all to spawn up top and get killed, and that will be the more efficient way to do things, right? So that'll feed the mob stuff into here, right? You should probably be active with a redstone signal. And for now, I might just make a quick lever for this, but I should do some kind of fancy redstoning, right? The mob crusher, the next step is let's get a crate on there for now. And then what I think I'll do is probably a crate will be the intermediary. Yeah, I like that idea. So let's get a crate, and then we're going to have drawers, and we're probably going to need a drawer controller, and we're probably going to need more drawers. So how am I for wood? Enough that I can get a bunch of drawers. Now, I don't know how many we're going to need, so let's just get 12 more, because that's a number I just made up off the top of my head. And that should be cool. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, 19 we'll bring with me. So that's good, that's good, that's good. We'll item conduit in from the small storage crate. We might need some speed upgrades because I don't know how many of those we're going to have to deal with. And then maybe eventually we can run cabling over here so that our mob drop drawers will work out pretty well. So what I'm thinking is maybe we do this. You ready? And then what we could have is like the drawer system like right along the wall here. So you could be a drawer controller, but I also want access to the storage crate, right? And the storage crate should be the first place that a drawer winds up going, that the items wind up going. So what I'm going to do is connect this so that you extract on green and you insert. So items go into here first, and then we do this. And you are going to be up, extract always active, west, insert. Cool. And then you guys, let's get our key out. Cool. And then you're going to be covered so that you don't have any problem with the lighting, right? I think that's probably important. I think that looks good, right? Yeah, I like that plan. I like that plan a lot, as a matter of fact. And then we can just come over here and access the loots, right? Now let's make sure everybody's connected properly. They are now. Sweet. So I can add mob drops to this and eventually run a cable over here for AE to access it, right? And then what we'll do is the items will be extracted from here. They'll be put in the crate, and then the crate will put them in the drawers, and the crate will be the buffer for any items that don't fit in drawers. All right, we're getting really close to the wrapping up point for the episode, right? So let's lickety-split this thing, right? So we're going to want that with some diamonds, which we're probably getting a little bit low on, but moonstones are cool because they can get us dark... Oh, that's not how you spell dark. Ethereal glass. Dark, ineffable glass, that's right. So you guys can all go away. Oh, I did want that. Nope, that's not what we wanted. This, stuffed aubergine. Somebody told me this is really good food and easy to make. Somebody tweeted that hint at me. Should be pretty good. Good enough. 24 should be more than enough. Dark ineffable. Right? So we're gonna head over to this bad boy. And that should be cool. It just occurred to me how darkness is in this pack. Oh, right. I forgot all about that. We should probably do something. Lights of some kind? Yeah, it should be done. But I'm going to hold off on that. Let's get our... actually, you are terracotta still. Oh, right, because I was digging under there. I forgot. All right, so let's get some lighting in here, right? Real quick, I prepped this ahead of time. I got some lighting stuffs. Now I'm going to get some of this stuffs. Perfect. Good, good, good. And I think I now should have enough redstone to run the wiring for my lights. So if I'm not mistaken, I can access that up here. Perfect. So this will be my above area setup, right? So you guys are going to be outputting on red. That should be cool. You should really be a wrench of some kind. So down will be output on red. Down will be output on red. And down will be output on red. And we are running really long on this episode, but I want to finish this part of it, and we'll do a little bit more next time, right? I think that's pretty good. Should be cool. Nice. How's that look? Not too shabby? Alright, good. Now where was that wiring? Here is where we want to go. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do for now, just because I don't want to run too much wiring at this point, is I will connect this dude like that. And that on the, what direction is this? North. So on the north face will be input on red. Perfect. Cool. So if I set this up right, that should turn all the lights on. And if we F7, we'll see that it's fully lit in here. Perfect. Right? Perfect. So now we can put this stuff back in. I can walk right in. We can flip the lever that's up here. This little inconspicuous lever, and it's dark. Nice. Super inconspicuous, right? Now for the Cursed Earth part, right? So we want a drop of evil. Thank you, because I farmed enough wither skeletons and not got that to be, you know, winning for a day. All right, good. So that's a nice spot. So let's do that. Whoosh. Evilness abound. So now you should be running all the time, and you have power, right? So always active. You're going to be on active with redstone signal, and you've already got fluid essence. So that's cool. I'm thinking some mobs spawned in this room while I was away for a few minutes. And yeah, they totally did. Look at this. Feathers and boomerangs and all this good stuff. We're going to have a lot of loots, right? But let's turn off the lights and see what happens. Boom. My goodness. I can't even see what's happening in there. It's so dark. That's a proper dark room, though. I guess rats spawned. Neat. Sulfur from thermal. I'm getting the impression, gonna need some speed upgrades. Actually, he's doing all right. Cool. All right, so how about we do this? We wrap up the episode here. We'll come back next time. We will plan... Oh, man, those rats are loud. We will plan... I gotta get the sound muffler mod in here, too. Yeah, look at the scary sounds in there. What is going on? Lots of book bags and lumberjack bags and all kinds of stuff. Hey, a spell book. Nice. Well, that's exciting, getting a spell book. I think we've gotten, ooh, an apprentice spellbook. We're already getting spellbooks, guys. All right, next episode we'll come back. Good, I do have some of that. And what we'll do is proceed with making, that's beautiful, wizard spawn, and try to get one of those apprentice books so we can upgrade our wand. Cool? For now, Daryl20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Next episode would be 20, right? So we'll get a world download after that, and you'll have access to my pyramid and my dark room and all that stuff to play with. All right, for now, guys, take it easy.